The whip stitch is an excellent technique for seamlessly joining two pieces of fabric with minimal seam allowance. This straightforward yet effective stitch is perfect for beginners and novices, making it ideal for appliqué, hemming, and all sorts of fabric crafts. Step 1. Start by threading your needle with a suitable thread, and remember to knot the end, making sure to leave a short tail of thread after the knot. This prevents the knot from coming undone. The type of thread you use will depend on the project you're working on. For example, if you're sewing a delicate fabric, you'll want to use a fine thread. If you're sewing a heavier fabric, you'll want to use a thicker thread. Step 2. Prepare your fabric for sewing. You can use sewing pins to temporarily keep two pieces of fabric together while stitching them. You can also mark your fabric with a pencil or tailor's sewing chalk, or draw a guideline with them for sewing the thread. Step 3. If stitching two pieces of fabric together, start the stitch in between the two layers of fabric. This will neatly hide the knot in between the pieces of fabric after sewing. Then, bring the needle up through the fabric from the backside, where you want to begin your stitch. Make sure to leave a long tail of thread at the end of the needle so that you can secure the stitch later. Next, you want to anchor or secure the thread onto the fabric before you continue stitching. This will prevent the thread from unraveling. To do this, take the needle back down through both pieces of fabric, close to where you came up, and pull it through the other side. Then, take the needle back through the fabric again, close to where you came out. Once done, the thread will be anchored to the fabric. Step 4. Moving back to front with your needle and thread, take a small stitch over the top layer of fabric, entering the fabric from the back and coming back up a short distance away from the start of your stitch. Then, gently pull the thread taut. Step 5. Now, bring the needle back over the top layer of fabric again, entering the fabric from the back, and gently pulling the thread taut. Make sure to keep your stitches evenly spaced for a neat and tidy finish. Step 6. Repeat steps 4 and 5, continuing along the fabric edges. Step 7. Maintain even spacing between each stitch as you continue along the fabric edges. You can decide the length of the stitches based on the desired look. The whip stitch will create a neat and secure seam as it travels along the fabric. Step 8. To secure the stitch, you can weave the end of the thread in and out of the fabric to secure it. You can also create a small backstitch or make a knot at the end of your stitching line. To do this, take the needle through the fabric, close to your last stitch, and pull it through to the other side. Next, bring the needle up through the fabric again, close to where you last came through. Then, take a small stitch at the top layer of the fabric, not going through to the other side, and slowly pull the needle through until you see a small loop at the end of the thread. Do not pull the thread all the way through. Gently take the needle through the small loop, and pull some of the thread through. Take the needle through the loop again, and pull the thread all the way through until the knot is secure. Finally, run the needle behind a couple of the stitches, in between the two layers of fabric, and pull it out at the end of the second stitch. Once done, you can cut the thread as close to the fabric as possible. This will leave a neatly hidden small tail at the end of the knot, to prevent it from becoming undone. Practice the whip stitch on different fabrics and experiment with different thread thicknesses to achieve the desired strength and appearance. The whip stitch is a versatile stitch that can be used for a variety of purposes. Experiment with different stitch lengths and patterns to see what you can create. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to support this channel.